Hello and welcome to a Let's Play by me, GamerWolfSix of Winds of Change, which is, surprise, another furry dating sim. But luckily for me and my voice, this thing is voiced. Anyways, let's start. A friend suggested this game to me, so nice. Thank you, friend. Well, actually, I'll hold my thank yous till I know more about this game. Though, if it's like the other games I played, I'll enjoy it. In a world of Lisa where spirits reign supreme.
The rebellion is in shambles. With the recent loss of their leader, they are struggling. But this defeat was not without a victory of its own. For in his final moments, he secured an artifact of great importance. This blade was paramount to the Triumvirate's leadership of Alestia.
Triumvirate.
And without it, their tyrannical grip on the people would surely falter. Having no choice, they give their Grand Inquisitor one simple order. Destroy the rebellion and retrieve the lost blade of the Triumvirate.
So
But Dormek, the new leader of the rebels, has set other plans in motion. Hiding the blade in Valinor, he is confident that it will be protected. This sheltered hamlet is now custodian to the weapon that would liberate the world. And so, it would be met with a gruesome fate by the Triumvirate and their Grand Inquisitor.
I was about to say hopefully nothing bad happens to this peaceful little hamlet. I wouldn't exactly call it a keyblade, but it looks very mechanical. Well, with its gear handle. Do I click anything? I guess I click. Everything is burning. I can do little to stop it from spreading. An immense pain assaults my head. I throw my face into my hands. I guess I do read some bits of it. The same question repeatedly plays in my mind. What am I doing here? Who am I? I have no knowledge of what happened up until this point. Why is there this hot stuff covering everything? My brain is struggling to fill in the blanks. I'm not gaining any headway. It's almost like, until this exact moment, I never existed. Am I gonna actually be a spirit from the key? Then why is it now that cognition has found me? Was there something I could do to put out these flames? Maybe. I mean, this is an RPG kind of thing, I guess. Actually, I don't know if it's an RPG. How's my face? Or perhaps, was I the cause of this inferno to begin with? A foolish thought, and one I throw away. Oh, my little mouse is the sword. If I was responsible, then I wouldn't feel the sense of dread. An emotion shared by those who stand beside me. Is that a thing that happens? Like, does emotion carry over longer than thoughts? Because there are times where I'm like, I'm angry because of a thing or feel the strong emotion, but then I forget what I'm angry or feeling or what caused this thing, and I'm like, I'm feeling this emotion, but I have no idea why, and it's taking me off. Emotion shared by those who stand beside me.
Come on, pick up the pace. If we waste any more time, we won't make it out alive. There's no way the Elder would let me live that one down.
And also, we're audio testing. Doing well enough, I think. Did a couple of things. I feel like she's escorting me, and I should follow her. Maybe it should be... Could it be that she's tasked with my protection? I grasp at straws that are the memories of my mind. I'm only able to latch on to one. It's the title that I go by.
Are you even paying attention?
Well, I'm trying to figure out whether I'm a dude or a chick. Come on, give me a break. Ooh, do I want to be a girl or a guy? You know what? We're guys in most of these things, or predominantly all these things. And well, for once, we be a chick.
What? I know who you are, Cirrus. Did you hit your head or something?
Also, my gender just changed. She scoffs and turns the other way. But I know she's right. I'm not taking this seriously. It feels like a dream, and I doubt that it's all happening. A few months later, a sudden situation startles me. There's a firm grip on my shoulder. We aren't alone. Underneath the veil of fright, I turn to greet a second stranger.
Valessa has our safety in mind, okay? Forgive her hot-headedness for me. Freedom isn't too much farther. We need to stay calm and think this through. Two girls like you, I'm sure you can come up with something. We'll be safe and sound before you know it.
Okay, I have no memory of anything, and my dogs are talking to me, but I will do my best. We weave through the houses and alleys to remain unseen. Doing our best to be completely silent, we bring no attention to ourselves. The flames encourage our urgency, but we're careful not to be fast or reckless, unlike in most stealth missions. I need to look at my face again. Yep, seems fine. Our silence makes everything else seem more prominent, however. The screams of those being slaughtered fill me with a feeling of disgust. We need to find cover, and Valessa points out a small alcove waiting nearby.
Look, they're dying because they panicked. We need to stay calm and think through this together. If we freak out, we'll only end up like them, you know?
Thank you for voicing this game.
She has a point. Our first instinct was to run, but so was theirs. We should let them face the brunt of this attack.
Huh? Good idea. Let them soak it up for us. I wouldn't particularly call that happy. I mean, yeah, I don't know. I do feel a bit bad about these people.
What else are we supposed to do? We're not equipped to take them on alone.
And I don't feel like I can skip back.
But using them like pawns, Ulrich. The people of Valinor deserve more than that.
Do you have any better ideas? If we try to save them all, we'll die. I'm here to protect you two, not kill you.
My suspicions are correct. Ulrich is the one protecting us. But why exactly are we higher priority than the civilians? I venture to guess that we're currently in this Valinor. The pain in my head pulses again, and I stumble back. As a loud groan, Ulrich rushes to my side. His exaggerated concern is now understandable.
It must be the smoke. Make sure to sit down. The lower you are right now, the better. Are you having trouble breathing?
Yeah, it's a good thing I thought of that, because... You know, it's weird. I've taken a fire safety class and firefighting class. They don't say stick low. They never said anything about that. Or stop, drop, and roll. I shake my head, letting him know that it's not the smoke. And it causes Valencia to chime in, voicing her concern as well.
Yeah, something else is going on here. She's been acting strange for a while now. Is there something you need to tell us?
I can't seem to remember anything. I don't know what this circle means.
Did some debris fall on your head back there? I'm starting to side with Valessa on this one. Come on, time to gear you up.
Side with her on what? Of course I'm acting weird. I don't remember anything. He steps away for a few moments and inspects the ground around him. There's a brief period where I can't see him, but he returns with the blade. Fire causes it to glisten, almost like it's begging for me to take it.
I don't care what's going on in that head of yours, but it's not more important than your survival. We're all overwhelmed. It's not just you.
He holds on the blade, expecting my compliance. At this rate, it seems like fighting may be inevitable.
Take it. We won't be standing here forever. As soon as we leave this alcove, we'll be vulnerable. I can't take care of you all the time, you know.
I mean, I have no training, but I'll defend myself as well. Yee.
Now that's what I like to hear. I'll feel better if you have something to fight with. Valessa has her daggers, but you had nothing.
Yeah. They don't even have experience, but I'll know the pointy end sticks towards them, I think. I grab the blade and swing a couple times, testing its weight. It seems good enough for me, and I wouldn't have any problems using it. Although it was a far cry from the massive blade that Aura carried.
Now then, it's time to move. Seems like some of the noise has finally died down. We should start by investigating the town square.
You okay? He walks off, expecting us to follow along. But as I'm about to take a step, Vanessa grabs my arm. Look on her face tells me something's wrong.
You're confused about all this, right? I bet you don't even know what being the Cirrus means.
Nope.
Or how we've known each other our entire lives.
Well, you've known me, I guess. Look at the ground, in both shame and confusion. I mean, come on, shame how? You all of a sudden don't know anything, and it's not like you chose it, I don't think. I mean, maybe. Who knows? It's completely right, my head's a mess. As to try and think of an excuse, her response surprised me.
That's normal, but please listen. We only have a few moments before Ulrich notices we're not there. The Cirrus is special. You wield spirits to induce prophetic visions.
Okay. Wield spirits produce prophetic visions.
When you have these visions, you're unable to remember anything.
Bother.
When you wake up, you'll dismiss it as a dream and forget it ever happened. As your scribe, it's my job to help you take advantage of this.
Okay.
We have to follow Ulrich now, but know one thing. The way you're acting, I'm certain this is a vision. That means you can use it for information.
Hopefully. She takes a few steps close towards me and grabs my hands. Staring into my eyes, I notice a glimmer of hope shining within her.
I'm relieved. This means Valinor is still fine. When you wake up, use this vision to save everyone. It's your duty as Cirrus to ensure this doesn't become real.
Oh, okay, so this is a dream? Hopefully. She lets go of my hands and follows after Ulrich. So wait, hold on a sec. Oh, damn it, I can't go back. Bother. Although it's hard to believe what she said, I'm less confused. So note to self, don't read too quickly. Or tap too quickly. I finally had a reason for why I felt so disconnected. But if this was a vision, then what would become of Ulrich and Vanessa? Would all this carnage be undone as soon as I wake up? What if they died? Or what if I died in this vision? Then you could hopefully undo it? All after Vanessa, realizing I might never know. But a faint sense of determination rises within me. If there's a chance I could stop this, I had to do it. Also, it is kind of, funny that I pick a girl. Like, I do like picking girls sometimes, but also I'm voicing with, my voice. And don't think I can voice change. Also, I hear trains. Sounds like it's in the game, though. Too bad I don't have a voice changer, or don't bother for it. Get something so I sound like a VR chat lady. In the present day, the Triumvirate conspires with the Grand Inquisitor. For the events that led to Valinor's destruction had yet to be set in motion. Savi knelt before his masters, more eager to serve than he had ever been before.
Rise, Sophie, but please assure us of your certainty. We hate to act without knowing everything.
Oh, this can just do it?
Rise.
Okay.
The prisoner mentions Valinor over and over. The rebels are hiding something of importance there. Along with recent events, we can only surmise one thing.
Boobs.
The blade of Exodus.
I am almost certain. But if that's where they've chosen to hide it, it means that our other target is also there.
Your compliance pleases us, Sophie. Your plan was risky, but it worked out in the end. A final interrogation would influence our decision further.
You'd have me interrogate the prisoner once more. If I may be so bold, to what end do you request this?
Mouse.
Not you, Sophie. We want your apprentice to do this. It is time for him to prove his worth.
The voices echoed loudly through the darkened chambers. It mattered not to which triumvirate spoke, for they all were all of one mind. With a clear irritation in his voice, Sophie did the best to stay calm.
My apprentice? I've told you many times I want to work alone. It would be more efficient for me to do this myself.
Insubordination? This is unbecoming of you, Sophie. We demand that you obey. The role of Grand Inquisitor can be very dangerous. If we were to lose you, a replacement would be necessary. You must train this replacement while you still breathe.
As you command.
Sophie turned his back to the triumvirate and spotted his apprentice, who was standing by the door, listening to the conversation. If he heard of Sophie's taste of him, he showed no concern.
Interrogation? And what would you have me extract? I thought the prisoner was at his wit's end.
I don't know why, but I feel these voices are very fantasy. Like, they would be rare to be heard in real life, in a way. Not in their accents, but in their inflections or something, or how they talk or something like that. I was doing what I felt was a good mimic of the guy in the beginning, telling the backstory or whatever.
Anything to confirm our suspicions about Valinor. If you fail, I will not hesitate to punish you. Remember what we're on the verge of.
I understand, Master. I'll do my best to get you what you need. What are the limits when it comes to my approach?
Keep him alive, Helen. I find that psychological pain is the most valid approach. He cares more for his rebel allies than he does for himself.
Then I will threaten the rebellion's very core. I'm grateful to have this opportunity, Master. Things are starting to line up well for me.
They tend to do that when you have the Triumvirate's blessing. We should take care of this immediately and catch them unprepared. Every moment we waste is a moment they gain, Helen.
They leave the room together, talking amongst themselves. The triumvirate waits until they're gone before speaking. A faint smile on their faces as age-old plans come to fruition.
So it's finally going to happen, isn't it?
Who are you talking
What we've
to?
been waiting for all these years. Do you think we should tell Sophie our true plan?
I mean, they're all of one mind, right? Or are they doing the thing that I have caught myself doing, which is expositioning? Kind of like, when NPCs are walking around a place being like, what a beautiful day it is, I'm talking to myself saying. Or someone going, like, the thing they did there. Halen entered the prison cell without Sophie by his side. His master remained outside as a pseudo-display of trust, but it was evidence that Halen had no trust, to Halen that no trust existed. Pearson looked up, surprised to see a different face. Yet within him was a slowly dwindling hope. Cut off from the rebellion, these would be his final days.
So, someone different has finally come. What are you, the executioner or something? I figured it was only a matter of time.
Actually, Sophie said to keep you alive. You seem to underestimate your value, Shane.
You think I'm important? That's not what I expected to hear.
Don't take it the wrong way. You must not know what I meant.
He knelt down in front of the prisoner. With a sinister smirk, he tried to intimidate Shane.
You're important as a bargaining chip, and the fact I must keep you alive is a curse. When I'm through with you, you'll beg for death. You see, I'm different from Sovi. He's past the bar. They no longer need to test him. But I'm in the position where results must happen.
He's a lawyer now.
When we give you back, you'll be a broken man. And soon after, the foundation of the rebellion will crumble. You think we don't know that Damek is your leader?
What?
Shane's eyes shot wide open in utter shock. It seems that Halen's threat worked to great effect.
You'd be stupid not to think we have inside men. I could order Damek's execution in a matter of seconds. You don't value your life, but you value his. ... Good. Now, I expect you to answer my questions. The Blade of Exodus, is it in Valinor Village? And the one who can wield it, do they live there as well?
I mean, if you can execute their leader, then why do you need to know whether they have the sword there and they just can't steal it? Bluff? Or maybe the sword is better protected. What is this thing? A giant egg? By the time we catch up to Ulrich, it's already too late. We're also back in the dream world or something. His large blade is in deadlock with one of the enemy soldiers. This draws our daggers, and I hold out my sword ready.
We order you to cease your resistance! Those who support the rebellion must perish!
To break the deadlock, Ulrich kicks the opponent in the gut. They stumble back and ready their blades in with a flourish. It isn't much longer until they charge towards him again.
Valessa, your dagger!
Ulrich jumps out of the way and rolls towards us. Landing on his knees, he pries one of the daggers from her grip. Without even looking, he throws it behind himself. Closes his eyes and looks down at the ground, and then he hears the impact of the dagger, his ears fold back. For a moment, it looks like he's actually sad.
Spirits, please forgive my misdeeds. I acted only to protect those under my watch.
No one cares about the spirits. For some reason, I didn't expect that. But before I can think about this further, something happens. Catching Vanessa off guard, we're in complete disbelief.
Huh?
Eh? He noticed the shocked expression on both our faces. Rising to his feet, it's not long before he wears the same look. The enemy soldier fell as expected, but there was nothing inside. Scattered pieces of armor littered the ground. As we process this revelation, confusion soon assails us. This was no ordinary attack, but what we just saw was impossible.
What's going on? Ulrich, what are those things?
I don't know. Come closer, you two. This doesn't feel right. Empty suits of armor with a hatred for the rebellion.
Only those who've mastered the spirits could do this. I'm afraid this is much larger than we thought.
But that can't be true. The spirits are pure. They aid us.
How about we think about this stuff later?
Yeah, sure looks like they wanted to help. That's not my only concern, though. Look at this.
She scoffs and set towards the helmet. Kneeling down, she pulls the dagger out of it.
Do you recognize these colors, Ulrich?
No, why would I?
Gold and white. The triumvirate standard. I would have never made such a deduction, but only they could wield the spirits in this fashion.
So the triumvirate are the guys who are the bad guys. Why would they do such a thing? Just What?
Our supposed protectors. Some even the creators of Alestia. I have no idea why they'd want to do this to us.
Wouldn't be the first time they attempted occupation. They hinted that the rebellion was involved here. Melissa, do you know anything about that?
So they're the protectors by occupation?
I don't. So much has changed lately. With our last elder gone, Miles has been in charge. Maybe he has something to tell us.
If he's not
It's
dead.
worth a shot. We should see if he's alive. Protecting you is my goal, but now I want answers. If anyone knows about this, it would be him.
To the elder's house, then.
Okay.
Yeah,
I follow after Valessa and Ulrich. We walk along the circular roads surrounding the water tank. Oh, there's a water tank. I made a note of it. I make note of it later. It might help put out the flames. More suits of armor litter the ground. So many of them. It makes it feel a bit hopeful, like we stood a chance. The village wasn't defenseless, and this was proof.
aren't you glad we waited now? If we rushed in head first, we'd be dead.
Then where are the villagers' bodies? I only see the suits of armor laying around.
That's a good question, actually. No blood, no signs of a major struggle. Only the fire and the glistening of the white armor.
That's a good sign. Then they won and fled to safety. Are there any havens in Valenorth?
I'd say the Elder's house and the Grand Tree. The fire may not have reached either yet.
Wait, how many people can fit in the Grand Tree?
Hundreds, easily.
Not as good of a sign as I thought. The enemy could be trying to round everyone up, put them all in one place before killing them.
That's dirty.
But it works. We still don't know what they're after. It can't be genocide. It must be something else.
That's weird, I just thought. I haven't seen any age content of these guys. I mean, usually if there's anything under the sun that's relatively furry, you see like age content of it. But, I mean, maybe I haven't been looking too much into it.
Does Valenorth have anything the Triumvirate would want? Did the change in leadership bring anything with it?
Like I said, we'd have to talk to Milos. But I doubt he'd be at the Grand Tree.
So let me just move this just a bit more. 27 minutes already? How is it 27 minutes? Look at each other, and then look at me. I could tell that Vanessa was pushing us towards Milos. But that's because she knew this was a vision.
But what if there are people in the Grand Tree? Is Milos more important than all of them? It would be cold to let everyone die.
Ulrich, this is larger than Valenorth. Especially if it involves the rebellion. Information could save entire villages.
I don't like what you're suggesting.
Like it's any better than what you suggested? Using the people as pawns to buy us time? How is this any different?
They fume at each other, but realizes it's a stupid argument. In the midst of the battle, nothing is so black and white. Though I find it odd that Ulrich switched viewpoints so fast.
This is a matter of Valenorth's future. Such things are under the jurisdiction of the Cirrus. I stand by her side, and you stand by both of ours. That is, unless you want to abandon your job. But that wouldn't look good on your perfect record.
Oh, a permanent record?
I guess you can fight dirty too. I don't like this, but you
Just have
have
to
me
go
by
back
the
a bit.
throat. I can only hope that you make the right choice.
No, don't make me do the choice. He stares at me with a serious look on his face, putting me on the spot. But if this was my role, I had to fill the shoes.
What are we going to do?
Balls. I mean, it's a dream, right? So it would be information-y. Though information on why people were doing stuff is also good too. Yeah, bugger. Well, at least it's not a timed thing. They say that there's a perfect ending to this game, right? Achievements. Oh, wait, this one has a ton of achievements. Then what am I thinking of? Is there a different game that I'm thinking of that has a bunch of achievements? Major Minor, I think that was. Oh, saw the true ending of that game. Okay. Then I haven't actually done that. Information. I mean, he is the smart guy, right? Though, I guess we'll just have to end it here, because we are out of time. Click. Wait, corruption? Purity? Moral? Looks red. A woo? Let's see. I do have to go do audio checks at some point. Does this mean that... Is this game a horny game? Not sure. Like, I'm not sure if it's that type of corruption. Well, whatever. And it's gonna be the end of this. Let's place a comment. Get as I like comments, how much you like, dislike, tips, or otherwise. And if you like my YouTube and would like to see it grow, then please like, subscribe, and check out the rest to help it grow. And please remember to spay neuter your animals to help control the pet population. And until next time, let's be me, GamerWolfSix, a Winds of Change. It really helps that out just outside of the screen says Winds of Change up there. So I can be like, I forgot the name of this thing. It's up there. Oh, and I paid for it on Steam. So thanks and see ya.